Okay, we love having Joe on the show. He's a great friend, and he's done so much good work in his life, and that's why we love having him on the show. But Joe, this is October Breast Cancer Awareness. So let's start with there, and how your life became so intertwined with breast cancer, and how it's defined your life. And let's go back to the beginning and touch upon breast cancer on Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Well, first of all, Howie, thank you for having me on again. Once again, you are a terrific friend and a big supporter of what I do. Just before I get into that, though, I did want you to know that we just had a segment on about Brandon being a triplet.
Right.
I want you to know that I gave birth, Sue did, my wife, to twins. Unfortunately, they were born 5 years apart on the same day. Yeah.
Okay.
Sue and I were both high school math teachers, so we did a lot of calculating. We also did multiply, obviously. But, yeah, hold the laughter down, please. Anyway, so, yeah, I was married to my wife, Susan, for 29 years. We met at Brooklyn College in a math class. How romantic was that? You know, and we were like two peas in a pod. Everything was just great. And then suddenly the 29-year marriage was kind of shattered by 16 years in. She contracted breast cancer, and then 13 years after, she did pass away. That really shattered a lot of people's lives, including mine, for quite a long time. But I finally got my head together, and I started this foundation in her name. I no longer teach, so I found a new way to help kids without being in front of a classroom. I give out scholarships to high school seniors. By the way, the name of the foundation is named after the Susan Satriano Foundation. I give out scholarships to high school seniors who are going to an accredited college in the fall. The kicker to be eligible is that they have to have a parent who's either passed away of cancer, presently battling, or in remission. I could tell you, Howie, as a teacher, you know, from my side of the desk, you don't get to know the stories behind why a student might be having some trouble. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on at home, and unfortunately, if it has to be dealing with cancer of a parent, it's devastating. So I reach out and I try to help these kids, not only with a scholarship, but probably the best thing I do is I go and talk to every single kid that has ever gotten a scholarship. I help over 70 districts on Long Island and the tri-state area. I help over 24 across the nation. The kids across the nation, I do Skype interviews with them. The only disadvantage, Howie, is that I do have to get dressed.
Okay.
Hold the laughter down, please. And yeah, but it's only waist up.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have to know what's going on below the desk. So, yeah, and it's been a joy. I've helped over, in 13 years I've done it, I've helped over 1,500 kids with well over $1 million in scholarships. You're looking at the foundation. So I'm very proud that we finally reached these numbers, and it's continuing to grow in leaps and bounds. It's just amazing. And then the other thing, Howie, that I did, which really surprised me, now mind you, I was a math teacher by trade, I actually wrote a book called In Sickness and in Health, A Memoir of Love. It's the story of my life with Susan. It's not a book about loss. It's a book about hope and optimism and love, because that's the way Sue and I lived it. The best part of the book is that 100% of its proceeds goes to the foundation, and since the book has been out, the foundation's grown by over $20,000. People are actually reading this, which surprised me, because what do I know about writing? I know numbers. You know, I could guarantee this though: the pages are numbered consecutively.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a plus.
Yeah, being a former high school math teacher, I thought I could use my skills. It also comes in a hardcover version. Makes a much better doorstop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm actually writing, yeah, thank you for that. I'm actually writing a second book, Howie, because I didn't learn from the first one. This one takes you to Sue's last breath. The next one will take you from that moment on, which includes the hilarious dating scene at my advanced age. That should be a book in itself. But because we were both high school math teachers, and it's from that moment on, you ready for the title?
I believe it's called Aftermath.
Yes.
Now the
it
question
is.
is, will your appearances on Halftime Howie be in that second book?
If you allow me to, I certainly would love to promote it. That would be great.
Absolutely. Why not? I think you should.
You are the man. Yeah, and of course 100% of the proceeds of that book will go to the foundation as well. So yeah, it's been an amazing run. If someone told me 13 years ago I'd be doing what I'm doing today, I say they're crazy, because I just had lost my best friend, my lover, my soulmate, my companion. And yet, you know, the amazing thing about life is that it allows us to take these punches between our eyes. And you reel backwards for as much time as you need to reel backwards, and that's different for everybody. But we somehow, some way, get up the strength and the courage to face it another day, and we find our path. And my path has been through the foundation, helping kids, and also writing, something that I never thought I'd be doing. So, but I must commend you, Howie, because you see, without venues like this, which allows me to talk about this stuff, no one ever gets to know what you're doing. So I really, really thank you for allowing me the time to come on and just promote what I do. And if anyone's looking to make a donation, which I accept, or buy a book, they can either find me on www.susansatrianofoundation.com or call me. I'm lonely. It's 516-603-5520. Okay, so that's my story for today. Howie, thank you so much for allowing me to come on this very important show, which Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Every month should be Breast Cancer Awareness, but in particular, I'm glad that we're making October an important date. October is a particularly poignant month for me. Sue passed away on October 2nd, 2005, I should say. And yeah, so everyone should get out there and do their part to help in some way, some form, whether it mean a pat on the back to someone you know is battling cancer, or financially helping foundations such as my own. You know, something to reach out and say that you know what you're going through and you really want to help. And that's what you do, Howie. Thank you so much.
And I just want to add, Joe, the great work you do is that it's so important, and to stress it, can't stress it strong enough here on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that women out there, it's so vital to get tested, get screened, because early detection can save a life, can save many lives. So I think that's so important for women, especially here in Long Island. Get screened, get tested, because if caught in the early stages, it can be treated, cured, and that just can't stress that enough.
Yeah, very important. No matter what the cancer is, it's very important to get early detection, because once they find out what it is, at least now we can go somewhere with it. There are treatments of chemos, there are hormonal treatments, there's other treatments as well, meditation and things like that can kind of help you through. So absolutely. You don't want it to spread, you don't want it to get any further than the original site, and therefore early detection will take care of that. So thanks, Howie, so much.
All right. Joe Satriano, ladies and gentlemen.